Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday the 13th. This video is entitled "Why I Don't Like Last Epoch." Now, I know Last Epoch is one of the number one games, and it has its actual official launch on December. It will be launching officially in December. So, Last Epoch is a Diablo style action RPG that has been in beta access, I think maybe 4 years, maybe 5. It's been on there a long time. But I played it hours and hours and hours and hours. I've played the Primalist, the Rogue, the Necromancer, the Mage, the Sentinel. I played all the classes. So let me go into why I don't like it. First off, for some reason, the story I just can't get into. When it comes to action RPGs, I need to be like pulled in. Path of Exile is good. It pulled me in real quick. So did Grim Dawn. Titan Quest, not so much. Wolfson brought me in. Diablo games bring me in. Torchlight, not so much. I mean, Torchlight Infinite, the new one. The old ones did. This one, it's very hard for me to stay invested. So a lot of the monster designs I think are fucking stupid. It's either like angels or these weird like sluggy things or spiders, skeletons, all of that. Crafting. I'm not a big proponent of crafting. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of here's your item, forge the potential, and make it better, and just try and find the gear. The loot drops. So the amount of loot that normally drops, and I know everybody says use a loot filter. So here's what I'm going to say. I normally do use loot filters, but trying to use the loot filter in this game is fucking complicated. And it doesn't work. It doesn't filter out what I'm trying to do, and I'm not going to go to this website, go to this website, go to this website. These action RPGs, you should be able to get in, play it, not have to go to secondary websites. It's the same thing with Path of Exile. Why would I want to go to Path of Building or all these other websites just to be able to play the game and do it right? There's so much garbage I get that most of it gets sold or shattered. Yes, I do know how to do shatter. I do know how to use the forge, but I'm just not a big fan of it. Another thing that I would say is build diversity. Now, I know everybody's going to come in and say, there's build diversity. Not if you're trying to do certain types of builds. What if I want to make a barbarian? You can't make a barbarian. The Primalist can't do whirlwind. Only the Sentinel can. I like lightning damage on characters. The Primalist can do it, but its pets are crap. I don't like the pets that it has. I don't like a lot of the abilities. All the builds that are viable in Last Epoch are builds I really don't care for. I don't want a fire build or an ice build. I don't want lazy necro. I don't like a lot of the stuff that's in there, and then the game doesn't flow like it should for me. And when I'm trying to create certain types of characters that I think are good, that work for my play style, there isn't one. There really isn't. And I've been playing action RPGs since Diablo 1 or since Gauntlet. I've been playing them. Most of my gaming career has always been action RPGs. That is what I love to play. And Last Epoch just doesn't have it. And it's half of the idols I find are crap. And people are like, oh, you haven't played it long enough. You're not in the end game. I have always said that and this is one thing that a lot of action RPGs are getting wrong nowadays, is it's all about the end game. Getting to the end game. The end game is where everything is. The end game is where you get all your good gear. Well, how about normal people that are playing through the campaign and want good gear as they're playing. I don't find good gear as I'm playing, or I'm playing Primalist, and I find Acolyte gear, I find Sentinel gear, I find Rogue gear. They're like, save it for your other characters. Well, what if you're not looking for other characters? It's just, it doesn't make sense. Now, I know the game is not technically live yet, but still, like, for build diversity, I just don't care for it. The other thing is, this game doesn't have a good flow from beginning to end. And what I see a lot of times is people play halfway through the campaign and then they switch to the monolith. So are you really playing the game for the story? Are you really playing the campaign? No, you are not. You are going directly to end game activities. You're going directly to the end of the game. And that's not really playing the game to me. You should be able, any action RPG I play, I'm all about the campaign first, end game second. D4 has an amazing story. Great story. Grim Dawn has a really good story too. Path of Exile is kind of hit and miss for me. Titan Quest, I got real bored of that game. The Torchlight series, I play because of the story. So you really need to entice people to play your game. Because there are people that are going to come in and are going to want to play for the story, aren't going to care about endgame, and aren't going to care about max leveling your characters to 100. And that's what I'm talking about. I am not one of those people that's going to be like, oh, my character has to go to level 100, top gear. I'm going to search these gears out. No, I'm not going to search these gears out. What I'm going to do is play the game. And every build that I've tried, I have not enjoyed. I tried Spellblade Mage. Didn't care for it. I tried minion build for the Necro. Didn't care for it. I know people love this game. Love it. People like Action RP. Aaron from Action RPG. Rax. Among others. They really like Last Epoch. But to me, it just, there's not enough in there to keep me invested. And I get bored when I'm playing the game. So I'll play for like 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll just exit the game. It's not fun for me to play the game. I wish that, like, there's something that could change my mind on it, but there's really not. There's nothing really to it. Like, I own the game. I bought it when it was in early access years ago. And I've had it the same amount of time. I've played it. If you guys in the comment section want to give me some tips, pointers, something to get me invested in the game, I would truly appreciate that, because I'm just not a fan whatsoever. There are other games that I like to play, but that's just not one of them. So I just want to come in here, give my thoughts, opinions, Last Epoch, and kind of explain why I'm not a fan of it. Why I just haven't gone to town on it. So I will talk to all you guys later. Thanks. Bye.